There's people that are, oh, those days are over. Outbound's dead, right?
I love that rumor is spreading because number one, it just means that less people are going to be getting into the game, which means your phone is going to be buzzing less, which means now you're more receptive to when it does actually buzz and it's a legitimate offer.
This is why I believe that every business owner out there should not try to build their own call center. I think the business owner has to ask themselves this: is this the best usage of my time?
But what you just said, if you're only allocating 25% of your time, that means you're only managing this business 25% of the way. And you name me a single business that you can only devote 25% of your effort and expect that it's actually going to win. So I was in the home services space. I've owned an HVAC company, which we exited out of. I've owned a solar company, a very large solar sales organization. Both of them needed leads, obviously.
Yeah.
And it still is. It's just ridiculously overpriced.
But I was going to tell you, not everybody can afford, right, Google AdWords campaigns.
No. I think what every business goes through, which is that they start getting leads coming in, and the leads come in, and you're shelling all this money out to these various channels for marketing, and the leads are coming in, and then that's where they go to die.
Yeah.
Right? Because no one calls the damn leads. Right? And so we were no different than any other budding company at the time, which is that leads were just dying because they would come in and they weren't being called fast enough. The speed to lead was terrible or non-existent.
Yeah.
And so we hired a VA. And then the VA was calling these leads back. And lo and behold, things got better. What a surprise, right? We got lucky, which is highly unusual. This almost never happens in this world. We got lucky. This CSR. And so sure as shit, she started cold calling and booking a few appointments here and there. And I was blown away. I didn't think that would work. I didn't have any experience in that department at the time. After that's when the story gets real wonky all over the place. At that point, I started developing relationships with people in the call center space, starting to make connections in the call center space, and all kinds of random people, some legit, some not legit at all. It's been a challenge. It's been a blessing and a challenge for us because it's been a challenge because obviously, now I'm kind of like guilty by association just because I'm in the industry, and so many people have a little bit of a negative connotation because they once went and hired some call center to buy pre-booked appointments from them, and what a shocker, got terrible results out of it.
You need someone that you can hold accountable, right? When you're hiring a service such as yours, they need to be able to pick up the phone. They need to be able to locate you, right? Let me hire somebody from the Philippines, and then nobody's accountable.
One of the biggest mistakes that I see people make by far is they think, okay, well, there's not that many components to a call center, right? You need some agents, you need a script, you need a dialer, you need some phone numbers to call. How hard is that? And then I always have to remind them, I'm like, yeah, but who's going to actually run the show for you? That's like, that's like building a brand new house with no foreman on the site, because even rock stars will be great for a day, a week, or a month, and then start letting you down.
If you need 3 VAs, you probably want to hire 5 to 6 because like 50% of them might not work out.
50%, and we're very fortunate because of our hiring practices now that we've got our retention rate upwards of about almost 70%.
This is why I believe that every business owner out there should not try to build their own call center. Here's the problem, right? I think the business owner has to ask themselves this: trying to find the right agents, train them, right? Manage them. Continue to train them on a weekly basis.
QA
track
every
their
one of
KPIs.
QA their calls. How about
track their KPIs, quality assurance, right? I mean, instead of building this HVAC company or this roofing company that's going to make millions and millions of dollars, even if you're only occupying 10 to 25% of your time on having to manage this internal cost center you're attempting to build, it's going to distract you from the bigger picture, which is making millions. They try to build these call centers because why? Because everybody's always looking to save money. But here's what they don't understand is it's actually going to cost them more money. And it's not just going to cost them more money. It's going to cost them more time and more energy.
Bingo. Number one, you don't know what the hell you're doing. And you need to, as a business owner, you need to be able to look in the mirror and be like, do I know jack shit about this new thing that I'm about to get into? If I don't, I should probably just go hire the best.
And then focus on what I'm good at.
Focus on the thing that I'm the best at.
That's right. Brad always says he's like, man, if we can't keep your business, we don't deserve it, right?
Right.
Same thing.
That's right.
When it comes to doing what you do.
That's why I don't even have any contracts on the management.
Is it month to month?
Yeah, it's month to month.
Month to month agreements.
I don't even do the bullshit of like, you must give us 30 days notice. I don't even play. That's bullshit. Any company that does that, you should never do business with them. If we're not performing for you, if that call center isn't what we made it out to be, you should fire us.